friends, welcome to Cross My Stitches. My name is Jackie and today is January 12th, 2023. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I am bringing you my new family member. This is Josie. And Josie's still nervous. She's a 6-month-old, black and white, and she is still nervous about being held. She was a little bit feral, I was told when I got her from the Humane Society. And her name is Josie Pussycat. So those of you that are older will get the reference to what Josie Pussycat was. But there she is, and she's gorgeous. She's such a sweetie pie too. She's just so sweet and loving, but she's still a little skittish. So just wanted to share her with you today, and then I'm going to put her down and let her run out of my room because that's what she wants to do. So here you go, Josie. Go. Oh, let me straighten myself back out again. Okay, so welcome. I'm going to try to stop touching my table. I probably shook you a little there. I apologize for that. First video of 2023. So, my gosh, I can't believe it. I feel like the last few years have just flown by. Like, I blinked my eyes a couple times and there it was. It's just like boom, 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 and they're gone. So actually this year, I think it's in April, I'll have to look. I'm getting fidgety in my chair, aren't I? This April, it's going to be my 5-year anniversary on Flosstube, which I can't believe either. So I started in 2017 and, nope, 2018. I started stitching back in 2017 after a long hiatus, and then in 2018, I jumped into the Flosstubes. So, and this is Flosstube number 80, so it's taken me almost 5 years to do 80 Flosstubes, which is really pretty sad because some people are popping them out once a week, and they're getting 52 in a year. I should be up there further, but I'm not. But I'm so glad to be here and filming and sharing my stitching with you guys, and it's lots of fun. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. I have been a cross stitcher since the 1980s. And when my son was born in 2000, I did take a hiatus. I got really heavily into photography because he was my only child. And then that rolled me into scrapbooking and paper crafting and all those other things because I wanted to scrapbook his childhood. So once he was grown up, in 2017, he was a 17-year-old and didn't want his picture taken anymore, didn't want all that. So I found an old cross stitch that I had partially completed and ended up picking that up, wanted to get it finished, and that started me all over again in this craziness that we call cross stitch addiction. So I am happy to be here. I have several things to show you today. I am going to do a whip parade, but it's going to be on a separate video. So I will make sure that I post that hopefully. If not in the next couple days, maybe I'll film it on Sunday and then get it uploaded on Sunday so you guys can see all the whips that I'm bringing into 2023. I did have, let me see if I have my note here, probably not, of how many finishes I had. I want to say it was 26. I probably don't have it here because I'm always that unorganized. I'm looking. Nope, I don't have it. I don't have it, so we'll talk about that, I guess, when I do my whip parade. But I am doing a few things this year. Specifically, I am doing Grandma's Jewelry Box Sal, which is a Carol Manning, and I'll be showing that. That's part of my Bringo. I also am doing Life's a Journey Sal with my friend Kim on Instagram. She is Kim TX Stitch Crazy on Instagram. And so we're working on that, and it's called Life's a Journey. It is a Stony Creek 6-part series. And then I joined in with Caroling55 on Instagram for 12 and 12 Ornament 2023. I will post the hashtag for that up here because I can't remember exactly what it is, but I'm also following Christine. Now Christine from Stitch All the Things is doing 24 and 12. She's doing 24 ornaments in 12 months. And she also has a hashtag, which I'll post up here. And I'm doing both of those because I think I can pull off the 24, but I'm gonna also follow along with Carolyn's 12 and 12. I mean Carol's 12 and 12 ornaments. So I'm doing those things. I have several new starts because of Bringo. And I also have a new start that has nothing to do with Bringo. So let's get started, huh? Okay, so Bringo is a idea from Robin Hall and Carolyn Zook, C. Zook Stitch. And I'm sure Robin has a channel too, but I cannot remember what it is. And they have a group on Facebook that is a monthly magazine cross-stitch challenge group. I will post a link below if you're interested in doing that. And even though it's a magazine challenge group, not everything we post is about magazines. There are several prompts in Bringo that say a magazine. I think there's 2 prompts that start a new project from a magazine, or a whip or a new project from a magazine. But I enjoy doing that because I have so many different ornaments out of magazines and projects out of magazines that I want to get done. I've got a nice thick file folder. It's actually probably about that thick, just of the patterns, because I tear my magazines apart. I don't have room to store every single magazine from every thing that I see that I want, but I tear them out of the magazines, and I usually write along the bottom. I don't have one right here. I write along the bottom which magazine it came out of, because when I'm stitching it, somebody somewhere will ask me, where did you get that pattern? And I want to make sure that I have a copy of something that tells me where the pattern came from. So I usually write it right on the pattern. So Bringo is a monthly challenge. It's much like Bingo or Whipco. Sorry, not Whipco, Whipgo, where they give you a board, you write down all the numbers. It's 1 through 25. I mix mine up on my board. And in fact, I'll show you what the board looks like. Hold on. Where is it? Let me grab all these papers out of here that I just cleaned out a file. Sorry about the crinkles, folks. I cleaned out my ornament file that has all these pictures and the copies of the ornaments. Here it is right here, because I had duplicates and I don't need duplicates of ornaments, so I threw out the duplicates. And so this is a Bringo board. So as you can see, it is numbered 1 through 25, and then you can number it 1 through 25 sequentially, or you can mix it up. I like to mix it up, and then you write, there's little prompts for each number, and you tell them what project you're going to work on for that prompt. So I've been working through that, and right now I am at, let me see, if I could show you, no, we won't even bother. I haven't got a bingo yet, so I'm close. I have like 3 different rows where I'm close with a bingo, but I haven't made there yet. So I'm going to continue working that. My goal is to get every single prompt completed, not so much the bingo thing, but of course that comes with getting every project completed. So I have been working every day on my project that I'm supposed to work on, and we'll go through those now. And some of them are going to be new starts, and some of them are going to be whips. So the first one was, the first number called was number 5, and number 5 was whip or new start with words. And this is where I started my Life's a Journey that I'm doing with Kim. And this is part 1 of that pattern. And you can see on the back, it has all of them listed, and it's all 1 row. But I'm doing mine horizontally, and I'm doing 3 and 3. So 2 stacks of 3 on mine, because I didn't want a big long piece like that and figure out how I was going to get it framed. And this is where I'm at. This is all the called for DMCs. These are the DMC colors just for January. So lots of, let me wrap it so you can see there's lots of different colors in there. It's really pretty. Really pretty. I am stitching this on a 28 count Springfield Sage Lugana, and this is the whole piece. It'll take up the whole thing. This is where I'm at. Let me fold it so we can see. So that's how I've gotten so far. And this is part of my sal, so I need to get this done by the end of the month. Baringo 2023 is 25 questions, so it's 25 days. So that means I have 6 more days at the end of the month that I can, 26, 27, 20, yeah, 6 more days at the end of the month that I can work on anything I want. So any of my monthly projects that I haven't finished, then I will finish them up then. But I have been working on this off and on. This is probably about 2 days of work. And I was missing a color, so I had to go get that. But I think it looks really pretty on this sage green. And again, this is what it looks like, the first one. So I still got a little bit to go, but all this right here and here, this is the majority of it. The rest is all words, so it should be able to whip that out before the end of the month. So that was my first Baringo number called, and it was only called once so far. I think it might be on here more than once. I'm not positive, but I at least got a start on my monthly. So that's number 1. The second day was number 8 was called, and number 8 was a whip or new start of your choice. And that was going to be Carolyn Manning's Grandma's Jewelry Box Sal. I will post a picture. It'll probably have to pop in on what I'm filming on isn't going to let me post it here. So I'm going to post a picture for that. And this is really nice because it's, you do one little brooch a month. There's 12 brooches, so it's the entire year. I'm doing this on a 28 count antique white Lugana, and this is the first brooch, so I've worked on that. And my plan is to do it much like Carolyn herself is doing, and do them in sets of 4, so 3 sets of 4. And it has all kryneck in it, has beads in it, really pretty designs. This is the colors just for January. They're just real pretty. You've already seen them, but they're real pretty teals and purples and greens. So I'm really going to enjoy that. And then we have the krynecks that go with it, and then there's beads that go with it as well. She does say that if you're doing it on anything smaller than, she said she tried it on 32, she felt like the beads were a little tight on it, so she ended up changing to 28, and it worked out just fine. She said if you are planning on doing it on a smaller count fabric, a higher count fabric, to use the petite beads instead of the regular beads for it. But that, I think I've only worked on that once as well so far this month, but you can see it's not a big brooch, so I should be able to get that out. At the end of the month, I should be able to whip those out. Day 3 was number 25, which was a whip a new start from a magazine. So this is where my magazine pieces come in. This one here is called A Merry Kitty Claus. It is out of the 2007 ornament edition of Just Cross Stitch. I do not have a picture right now, so I'm just going to show you the pattern, but I'm going to be quick about it. So it's right there. It's a little kitty design. And I am stitching it on a 36 count even weave called Snow. It is by Fabric Flair. And I've got threads hanging here. And so far, this is where I'm at. It is such an adorable pattern. Just a little kitty Santa Claus. I still got to put the words on the top and the bottom, finish the paw prints, and then that white cap, the white here, is supposed to be all Whisper, so I have to put that in. So he's really adorable. So I should have that done by the end of the month, and this again is part of my 24 and 12 ornaments sale that I'm doing, which is 12 and 12 ornament sale with Carolyn 55, and then the 24 and 12 with Christine from Stitch All the Things. So that was my 3rd project that I worked on this month. My 4th project is my Postmaster Elf, and that is, wrong way, is here. So I'm trying to get all my little elves done. So I'm working on him this month. He is the Postmaster one. This is a pattern that has been discontinued. They're hard to find. And I have the all the elves series in this series that I want to do. I finished the candy elf, and this is the postmaster elf. So you can see, get over so you can see a nice big picture of him. He's just adorable. I am doing him, and that was number 7. And of course the prompt for number 7 was Whipper New Start that is in season. And I felt it snowing with the mail delivery that was in season. So that's what I'm doing. And I picked all my own color choices. So when I'm doing these, I do not go by their colors. I pick whatever I want to do. So I have a mixture of Gentle Arts, Victorian Motto, Color and Cotton, Weeks Dye Works, Classic Color Works. So just a mixture of colors that I'm using for the Postmaster Elf. And they're very similar to the colors that are on the pattern. But I don't feel the need to keep buying floss when I have a ton of floss. And I can do it, just kind of convert it to what I want. So let me find something to put behind this. And this is where I'm at. And he was called twice. So he was called on the 4th, and then he was called again. So there he is. He's so cute. He was called on the 4th, and then he was called again on the 9th. So I got 2 days of stitching on him. Just adorable. Love him. These are really quick stitches for the most part. It is a 36 count flax linen. I am doing all my little elves on 36 count flax linen because I did my Santa, which is the Lizzie Kate needle knit, and I'll do Flossy Claws on 23, the 28 or 32. I think it's 28. So that the little elves are smaller than Santa because they're supposed to be elves. Hold on just a minute. Okay, sorry about that. That was my husband calling. He normally will call me when he's taking a break. And so I apologize for the interruption. So that was, we talked about the Postmaster Elf. And so I got him worked on a little bit. He was a birthday start. So he was started, that's the first time you've seen him because I started him on December 31st, which was my birthday. I had 2 birthday starts. He was one of them. And I'm trying to think of what the other one, oh, I know what the other one is. When I get there, I'll tell you that too. So the next one that I worked on was the Crystal Forest. The Crystal Forest was one of my 12 and 12 ornaments. Again, I don't have a picture for this. This design is by Serendipity Designs. And since it's out of a magazine, I'm just going to flash this because I don't have the photo. But it's just a reindeer running through some trees, so it looks like that. And I got just a little bit of stitching on him, a little over 100 stitches, and this is what you'll see. And that is the back of the deer, and this is his leg. So that's as far as I got with that one. So these two I really need to focus on to get them done before the end of the month. He does have quite a bit of, it says it is Kryneck, so he's got 2 different colors of Kryneck, 3 different colors of Kryneck in him. And I don't think I'm going to use Kryneck. I'm probably going to use the Petite Treasure braid for him. Although I did pull out, I guess I'm using Kryneck maybe because I pulled out some Kryneck. I pulled out the blue, which he calls for. There's a gold, which I might flip to the Petite Treasure braid. And then there's a silver. So if I have a silver petite, I might change that out as well. But I might leave the blue alone. But I haven't even gotten that far yet, so I'm not even going to worry about it until I get there. So he was the number 1 call, which was a new start out of a magazine. The next one is day 7. It was number 14 was called, and that is a Whipper New Start that will be a gift. So I did pull out my son's Christmas stocking that I have been working on. It is from Stony Creek. It is from Christmas in the Woods book. And I'm doing this one, which is called Winter Wonderland Stocking. Put that up so you can see what it looks like. And this is where I'm at with him. This is all Call for DMC. And it is 28 count mushroom Lugana, and this is where I'm at with it. So this is one of the stockings you might have seen Amy Loves Toads work on. We were working on this together. She's had hers done for forever. I'm still working on mine. I'm trying to get that border to show. There we go. I'm still working on mine. So it is coming right along. I did work on the back of the deer, and I'll flip down here. I was working on his back there, all along the back, all along here. So I got my stitches in from there. But it is a beautiful stocking. I really want to get it done for my son for this year. So again, this is going to be a focus piece for this year in order for me to complete it. I have a plan of working on anything that's an old WIP, long time WIP, to see if I can get them completed 100%. This one I've been working on, I think, since 2019 maybe. Let me see, I got little tags on them. This one I've been working on since 2020, February 18th of 2020. So we're coming up on 3 years that I have been working on him. And isn't that bag adorable? That is a diddly daddle bag design. So that's one of her bags when she first started, and I love that bag. Number 8th day of January, I worked on my piping plovers. And my piping plovers, where is it? Right here. This was my birthday start. So I started this on my birthday, last day of last year. And also working it on Bringo 2023. It's part of my Bringo. This is the book that it came out of, Crosswind Collections, Extinct is Forever. And this is the design that I'm doing right here. And I am stitching this so I can put it in my bathroom. I have a bathroom that's painted like a blue. I think I want to do it like an ocean theme or a beach theme in there. So I'm stitching this on a 28 count piece of Waxing Moon from Fabric Flair. I'm going to fold this so I can show you where I'm at. And this is where I'm at with it. I'm also working on it today because it is called for today as well. And there is the little plover. And I stitched all of this today, all this wing over here. But before that, most of this has been done on my time with Bringo. I'm trying to think, how many times did I pull him out? Let's see. Okay, so only once. So I think I had his head all done. I think I did his breast. The one day I stitched him, which was on the 8th. And then now I'm still working. I haven't finished stitching on him for today for Bringo. But again, love this design. Had it kitted up for a little while and had a hard time trying to figure out what fabric I wanted to use. I normally stitch all my birds on 36 count flax linen. That is my preferred choice for the birds. But I wanted him to look like he was at the beach. So I wanted a beachy look. So I ended up going with this fabric. He'll be bigger than all the others, but he'll be in the bathroom, so it won't be a big deal. So that is being worked on. My next one, so the 9th was Postmaster Elf. So I've already shown that. Number 10 is Welcome Winter. This is from the Drawn Thread. And number 12 was called, and it was Stitch, Whip or New Start You Would Take on Vacation. No, that's not it. Maybe it is that. That's what I picked. I think I put that as I would take it on vacation because it's an easy stitch. I think that's why I chose it. Too much thinking. I can't remember why I chose certain things. This is the pattern. It's the last one in the seasonal welcomes that I need to complete. So I'm trying my best to get that complete. And this is where he's at. And I need something to put behind him. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but this is where I'm at. So I'm almost done with the letters. I've got the snowman in, and then I've got to get the W completed at the beginning over here, and then I can fill in. I like, when I'm doing these welcome ones, I like to put all the words in, or the letters in, I'm sorry, and then turn around and fill in all the little motifs in it. But this one, the snowman's right in the middle, and he's so adorable. I just wanted to get him in. So I've got everything set except for I got to finish up this welcome, and then I'll start putting them in. And there are specialty stitches in the Drawn Thread patterns, which are lots of fun to do. And I'm looking forward to getting this done because I'm late because this should have been done by October, not October, the 20th of December. I think December 21 was the start of winter, so I'm way behind on getting this one done. But I'm not worried about it. I'll get it when I get it. And so that was Welcome Winter. And then my last one that I've worked on that's part of my Bringo 2023 is my 4-season band sampler. And this is also my focus for January and February of this year, because I want this completed. I have been working on this for quite a while. I'm trying to think, when did I start it? I started it in August of 2020, so I really want to get this done before the end of February. I really believe that I can probably get it done before the end of February. This is the pattern. It is out of a Just Cross Stitch magazine 2011. It is in 4 separate issues. Each issue has a season, and that's what it looks like. And right now I have just finished the fall season. Before, I didn't have any of this stitched before. Below the squirrels, nothing was stitched, so I have all this band stitched now, and I'm ready to start on the winter. So this is where I'm at. And I've got a thread hanging. No, it's not attached. Thank you. So this is my fall. You can see I got all the band done. A lot of different specialty stitches in this as well, which is really cool. The designer for this is... Her name is, she's an English designer. Her name is Sally Hesketh. She's a longtime contributor to Sampler and Antique Needlework Quarterly. And this was her first debut into Just Cross Stitch in 2011. So there it is there. And let me show you the whole thing, because it really is just beautiful. And, oh, let's see. There, it's long, it's long, it's long. You can see, let me just do it up close. So there is spring. All the wording is 1/1. There's satin stitches, there's long cross stitches, there's other ones. I can't even name the names of the stitches. Stitches I have never tried before. So that was spring. There's summer. And that's fall. So just beautiful. And this is a 32 count even weave that I hand dyed myself. And it's got a beautiful, just slight modeling to it. It's really pretty. It's one of the first fabrics I think I dyed on my own. So I've dyed lots of pieces since this one. And that is my last, let me put my needle away before I lose it. My last whip in Bringo. So I do have one other whip, and it's a new start. So I saw that Cherry Hill Stitchery on their Facebook group had a free chart, so I went over and got that, which is a Happy Valentine's, and they were having a stitch along for it, which was really awesome. So I jumped in on that. This is my car stitch, so I keep it in the car. And it is a freebie pattern, so I'm going to show it. But you can join their Facebook group, Cherry Hill Stitchery, and they will, and you can get it there. So this is what it looks like. Really cute design. And I am stitching this on a 32 count Chablis linen that is from Picture This Plus, and this is where I'm at with it right now. So I've got, and that's really washing out this, it's really pinkier than this, but it's really washing it out. So there's Valentine's Day. So I still have to get in the happy and then get on the little hearts and the arrows and things that are on the pattern. But that's a shame that that washes that fabric out, because it really is beautiful. Nope, even there it's washed out. It's a pink. It's got lots of shading in it. Just imagine that, like 4 shades darker with all that modeling. It's really pretty. So that's my car stitch. So that's everything that I've stitched on in the last couple of weeks of 2023. I'm going to zip this up. Sorry about the noise. And I'm going to continue with my Bringo progress. I do have, let's see, what haven't I shown that is still on here? I have Miss Christmas Eve on here. because they wanted your oldest whip. I still have to do back stitching on her and then do her beadings. I haven't done it. I've been kind of dreading doing it. I don't know why. Probably because she's such a big piece and there's a lot of beading. I also have here my oldest whip, which is, I don't have it on this list. I can't remember which one it is, because you have to say your largest whip, your oldest whip, and I'm trying to find a picture of it. My largest whip is Rose Quaker. So I'm gonna, I'll show that next time that I get a chance to work on that. Right now I have the entire top completed and I need to start working my way down. I also have on here, let's see, oh, that might be the only thing. It looks like that's the only thing that I haven't shown you that's on my bringer board. So that's good. That's good. So lots of progress on those. Continue working on them. Continue working on the ornaments because I really want to get those done. And I have my, because I have my ornaments, my life's a journey, and my grandma's jewelry box. Those are all sales that need to be done by the end of the month. I did get some things that are not stitchy related, but kind of stitchy related. If you have a Walmart and they have a dollar shop, which is the competitor to Target's Dollar Spot, I will say that they stink at competing because their stuff is really subpar compared to Target, but I don't have a Target around me, so I have to stick with what I got. I picked up these wooden ornaments that I thought would be perfect for to put stitching on. They're just little wood ornaments. They have them on clearance in their dollar shop for 75 cents right now. They're regularly $3 a piece, but they're 75 cents. And I did pick up several of them. Hold on, my stitching is sliding. It's going to hit the floor and slide it over. Okay. So I ended up taking all the stuff off of it, and you can see it's a good size piece that will fit a piece of stitching that is probably 2 3/4 by 2. So you could put some stitching on there. It came off just fine. And I untied, I didn't like the way that the ornament kind of swings around when you're holding, this. So I ended up untying it and just looping it around the little thing like that. And that's probably how I'll hang it on the tree so it stays straight. So, but I got several of those. They're probably down to less than that now. They're probably, I think Walmart went to 90% off, so they're probably 30 cents a piece now. So well worth it if you want something to attach some small stitching as for a gift or something like that. I picked up a little beaded ornaments. This one here, it was regularly $3. I ended up paying 30 cents for it. So it's got all the little beads and the little goodies. And figured I could use it, either put it together or I'll use the beads for something else. But for 30 cents, I picked up just one though. And then I also picked up this little, I don't know how Halloween was still over there, but somebody found this somewhere and ended up in the clearance, and it was $1, and I think I paid 3 cents because Halloween was all donated out at 3 cents a piece. So this was found and 3 cents. So I picked up that. I've been watching, well, who isn't watching, made by Michelle McGraw and all her wonderful ornaments. And so she always shows her ornaments with a label on the back. And I really love that idea of getting labels to put on all my ornaments and stuff. So if they get given away or they, end up with my son or other family members, they know where it came from. So I did order labels, and this is what they look like. I didn't order from where she ordered from. I just found a company that was, because I just want something simple. They didn't put their name on here, but they just say handmade with love and by Jacqueline Campbell. And I put one on one of my pillows so I could show you what it looks like. So there's the back of my pillow. It has my little label. They're just iron-on, which is great. And I went and took all my Christmas ornaments when I took them down. That's my barbecue bear. That's Tempting Tangles from an old Just Cross Stitch magazine. But I took all my, when I took all of my ornaments down, I ended up putting labels on all of them before I put them away. So that I ordered 100 labels. I got plenty of labels. I did not put a date on them because I didn't think I would stitch 100 ornaments this year. And I didn't want it to say 22 when it's 23 or 23 when it's 24. And so I just ordered with no date, just that they had my name on it. So I got those. One of the things that I don't normally share when I show new acquisitions, new collectible, my collectibles, my, what do I call them? Things that because it's adding to my, not to my stash, but to my collection, because I collect cross stitch. Okay, I don't use it all, it's a collection. And I don't normally show PDFs. So I wanted to show you some awesome PDF patterns that I got on either Etsy or some other way that are just so adorable that normally when I show my new purchases and stuff that I show, but I never show PDFs. So I wanted to show these. The first one is Autumn Rules, and some of these are freebies and some aren't. So that's Autumn Rules. This was a gift from Primrose Cottage. I won one of their contests, so I have that in PDF form. This is Victoria House Designs. She is on Etsy. It's 2 hearts, 1 love. And it really isn't a great pattern, but it's a beautiful piece to commemorate an anniversary or love, the love of your spouse or partner. And I was going to do that for me and my husband and put our initials in it. I got this from Ship's Manor because I absolutely love this when I saw it. It is Nutcracker Glow. And I love it on that dark fabric. He is adorable. I really, he's like a full coverage thing, but he is adorable. I've got to find a nice dark fabric and stitch him on it. And I bought these I've had, it's been a while. So these are not new purchases. They're just purchases I've never shared before. I cut my bangs and I cut them too short. So I'm not really happy with myself right now because they're real short. So I've got everything pinned back. But anyway, back to stitching. Okay, so Stitches Through the Years. She's on Etsy. I know that, always get that nose itch when you're videoing. I know Felicia Mouse Potato Designs talks about Stitches Through the Years all the time. I love her too. She's got some absolutely fabulous patterns. Absolutely fabulous. This one is called The Joy of Winter. And this one is a freebie. I'm trying to think. She probably has a blog or something that I got this from. It's not on Etsy. But do a search for her and see if she has a blog or she has some other way that she might have a blog or a shop or something. But this one's The Joy of Winter. Again, the pictures, she takes them kind of at an angle, so it makes it a little harder. But it's house, it's reindeers, it's just, it hits all the bells for me. Just beautiful. She has this one, which is also a freebie, called Black Sampler. Again, we were doing black stitching in September, October, I can't remember. This is a beautiful little sampler, and it was a freebie as well. This one, I believe, is also a freebie. It's called Roses. I don't think I purchased this. I think this is a freebie also. I will look and see if I can figure out where I download these from, and if I can find it, I will post it down below so you guys can click the link and find her freebie pages. But I got that one, and I only print the cover page because I don't feel the need to waste ink printing the whole thing because I always stitch off of my iPad. So I only print the cover page so I can show it when I'm doing videos. This is Joyous Noel. This is Kathy Barracks. I did purchase this one, and this picture does not do it justice. Somebody was stitching this, and it was absolutely gorgeous when they were doing it. So that's what hit me on this, because I'd seen it before and I'm like, it's all right. But seeing the real thing really does, you always wonder how the pictures could be so off from the beauty of the design. This one is Hummingbird. You might have seen Jennifer Upton stitch this. And in fact, when she stitched this, she stitched on an opalescent peachy pink fabric that I absolutely loved. It was from Hand Dyed by Rolanda, and I had to go and buy the fabric immediately, but I still haven't started it. It's got black work in it, so all this black is black work, and then you've got the color of the Hummer, and just beautiful. And Jennifer did an awesome job on hers, and that's what clenched it for me to go buy that fabric to stitch this, but I still haven't gotten to it. Another Stitches Through the Ears, Keep Life Simple. These are her newer patterns, and again, she just hits it out of the park. There's another one that's a winter one that I haven't picked up that I will. But this one is Keep Life Simple. Just absolutely beautiful design. This one is Where Flowers Bloom, So Does Hope. And it's got the sheep in it. It's got the water. It's got all the things. It's not huge. And really love it. If you hear that noise, it is rain. This one was a freebie. It came from the Solitary Stitcher. It is Mary Jane Fry, 1861. Again, if I can find the link to it, I will post it down below. But you can see it's a beautiful sampler. This one is off of Etsy. It is called Flowers Feed the Soul. I'm trying to think of who the designer is. I can't remember, but I really love the design. A lot of florals in it. I got Cherry Hill Stitcheries and Autumn Wish. Bought that. I haven't started it yet. But I love that big white pumpkin. Let me see if there's anything else I can share here. Stitchrovia has this one called The Key to My Heart. And it's just a big key, and I think it says love in it. Let me see. It says, no, it says, you hold the key to my heart, always. And it's just got wording all through it. It's really, I know it's hard to see, but it's really beautiful. Had that for a while, haven't started it. I picked this one up. Hold on. Let's get these apart. I picked this one up, and it's from the Floss box called The Woods at Night, because I just thought that was so cute. It reminds me of Maine. Out in the woods. I purchased Modern Folk Embroideries, The Fruit of Plenty. I got that all kitted up. I haven't started it yet, but I've got it kitted up. And let's see, is there anything else? Oh, and this one. You guys got to see this. This has got to be one of the cutest stinking patterns I have ever seen. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh my God. Why I haven't started it yet, I don't know. But I just got it not too long ago. And it is so cute. And it is a freebie from Twin Peak Primitives. So I'll post a link to them down below. And it's called Zig and Zag's Cornival. And look at this. Is that not the cutest thing? The two mice turned the corn into a sled, into a toboggan, and they're off. Is that not the most adorable thing? And I know the picture's not showing up great here right now. It's looking a little washed out. That's because I got all this lousy lighting. It is bright and colorful, and it is adorable. So definitely a must stitch this year. And it's not too big. It is, and it gives you a black and white. It gives you color. I'm going to show it because there it is, because it is a freebie. And it says it is 73 by 40, so it's not a big stitch. But just absolutely adorable. Adorable. So that's what I have in my PDF folder. I feel like I'm missing some, but I'm not sure. I keep hunting through my Dropbox and through my computer and stuff, trying to figure out what I'm missing. I do have lots of other PDFs that I don't print out, but I normally print out the ones that I know I really want to do. So that is that. And then the only thing I have left is I have my 24 and 12 Christmas ornaments. I have some of them in picture form that I will show you things that I want to do that are really adorable and let you know, if I can, where they're coming from. This is the first one. It's out of the Better Homes and Gardens Cross Stitch Christmas Magazine 2001. And it is by, I knew who that was by. It's a Ho 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 ornament. And I'm missing who the designer is. But I want to say, if you look at it, you kind of know. It's not Lizzie Kate. It's one of the other ones that makes it look like a Lizzie Kate. But that's it right there. Oh, stupid glare. It says ho, ho, ho. So I have that one to do. This one here, hold on, I gotta turn these around. This, again, Better Homes and Garden Cross Stitch Christmas 2001. Is that the same one? It was the same magazine. And I'm doing the reindeer because, like, isn't he adorable? And I think it says his name is Reindeer Patch. He's Patch the reindeer. But he kind of looks like a Rudolph to me. So, absolutely adorable. So that will be one. I have these 2 sled ornaments. And I'm counting them as 1 stitch because they're so small. And they are by designs by Gwendolyn Shepherd. It is a house and a snowflake. And this is what they look like, because I have several of these sleds still left, and I'll do them in this style, and then I'm going to switch over to those other ones that I bought. This one, Gingerbread Girl, she is adorable. She is adorable. Fold this paper so you don't see. And I like how you put the little popsicle stick through and you can put someone's name on it. Isn't that cute for a child? That is absolutely adorable. This has come from August 2020 of Just Cross Stitch magazine. This one here, if I have a printed pattern, it's from Just Cross Stitch, and normally I write what they are on them, but I don't see it on this one. It is peace on earth and goodwill to all men. Goodwill to men. So 2 different ones. They did it as 1 ornament, did one on the front, one on the back. I'm going to do it as 2 separate ornaments, but it's going to count as 1. Cricklewood Crossing has a freebie out, and it's called Let's Seek Him, and I'm going to flash it because I don't have a picture, but it is a freebie, and you could reach out to her probably on Instagram, Cricklewood Crossing. She probably has it listed there, and you can probably get a copy of it, but there it is, Let's Seek Him. Let Doreen Jones, she does these little ornaments that are adorable. I want to do this one, it's Santa Ornament 2. So it's the ones that look like the one I did, like the cat. This is from Just Cross Stitch, but I don't know what issue. And it looks like I cut off the year, so I'm not positive. But it is called Frosty Snowflake. It is by Needle Bling Designs. And it's just this little snowman on the bottom. I think he's adorable. And the rest I don't have pictures for, unfortunately. So as I'm doing them, I will find the pictures and I will share those. I've got to get better when I take these and take them off the computer, that I actually take a picture of what they look like so I have that as a reference. So I think that's all I have to share today. I can't think of anything else. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Something I always do. I go, oh, I forgot that. But I pretty much just sticking to Bringo, sticking to my sales that I'm in, my ornament sale, and just stitching along for the month of January. I will be back again on January 26th to do another video and hopefully share with you the rest of my progress on my Bringo board and my ornaments and stuff. Hopefully by the 26th I should be completely done with my Bringo board and be working on projects to just get them to a finish line before the 31st, especially the ornaments. I want to get those finished. I love stitching the ornaments. They're absolutely fabulous. I bought a new Christmas tree after Christmas. I went to I work at the Walmart, but Walmart did a 75% off. They were doing their 50. They went to 75. We still had Christmas trees in stock at 75, so I got a beautiful 7.5-foot lit Christmas tree for $57. I was thrilled to pieces, and it'll be saved for next year, but it is a much bigger tree. My tree that I currently have is a 6.5 foot, but it is like a pencil tree. It's a narrow tree, And I really wanted a big full tree so I could get more ornaments on them. Of course, what stitcher doesn't want a bigger tree to get all your ornaments on? So I said, I got to have a bigger tree next year. I cannot wait. My husband says, you can get a bigger tree. And then when they had the sale, I'm like, that's going to be it. It wouldn't have been my perfect pick for the tree that I would have picked, but it's perfect because it cost $57 and it'll work just fine. I got that. I got a tree skirt. I got a blow up Santa for the front yard. And some other little things here and there. Just great deals at 75% off. At 90% off, people were taking boxes and boxes full of stockings, and the stockings were like 25 cents a piece. They were taking all those. I mean, at 90% off, we were wiped out. I didn't bother. I got one stocking for $1. I figured I'd use it and stuff it for a child and give it to them for Christmas, but I didn't get carried away on the clearance. I try not to, because part of the issue is that you're holding it for a whole year before you use it again. So I feel like I'm saving money, but then I'm spending money and I'm not getting any use out of it for a whole year, and that kind of bugs me. I'm kind of funny that way. If I'm going to buy it, I want to use it now. I did go and get a new planner. I was using the one Carolyn Zick was using, and I felt like I couldn't get what I wanted in it because I like to keep track of things. So I did go buy over to Hobby Lobby. They had 40% off this week, and I got myself a, hold on, it's still got the cover thing on it here. Let's get that off. And of course it's still got glue stuck to the cover. Oh, I'll fix that later. I got, and everything is priceless? Everything is possible. So it is a happy planner. I do like happy planners because they have the ring system and you can take the pages in and out, move them where you want them. So it works out really great. I had purchased a couple years ago some handmade, or somebody was making actually cross-stitch journals, cross-stitch planners, pages. And I bought them, and it's nice because like I can keep track of, this is all my whips. I haven't finished filling it out yet. I also keep track of, let me get through this. I gotta put little dividers in. I haven't finished that yet. I have all my completed whips written in here for 2022. So when I do my whip parade, or if I decide to do a finished parade, they're all there. I have my notes for Bringo, which one was called each day. But I also have a tracker. So I have a monthly whip tracker. So all my whips and what days I'm working on them. It's listed. There's 1 through 17. And then the second page is the rest of them. Where is it? Because I'm on 2 pages of whips. I should have just wrote the whips I'm working on for this month instead of writing them all out. But it's the first of the year, so I want them all written out. And then, of course, there's the second one that gives you the rest of it. But I printed it on cardstock, so it's a little firmer and nicer. I kind of like that. And I also keep in here, let me find it, all my magazine charts that I'm interested in printing. I've kept a list. So I have the, this is from Just Cross Stitch, the DVD. So I have several DVDs with Just Cross Stitch magazines on them. So I've made a list of every chart that I like in them and where I can find the chart. I was taking pictures of everything and saving it in my computer, but somehow I lost it. So there's several pages. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages of from Just Cross Stitch, because I think it's 3 CDs that I have. I have the 2001 to 2010. I have the 2011 to 2015, and then I have, nope, that's it, just the 11 to 15. So that's what I have. I don't have anything further back. I probably should look for that and see if I can find that older one, because some of their patterns, even though they're older, they are just timeless and beautiful. Back when Just Cross Stitch started, they always picked premium patterns to put in their magazines. As they've gotten further along, now they're just, I feel like they're really not picking the best designers to showcase their magazine. They're not picking, they're picking just mediocre is what I call it. Every designer has their own style. I understand that. I'm not putting down any designer. I just think that they're not reaching out to the designers that are most desirable for them to put things in their magazine because they don't want to pay anybody to for their artwork, which is wrong. They should just pay for their artwork. So, but anyway, I'm going to get a dry throat. I do that, which helps me a lot because I have a lot of patterns I want to do. In fact, I'm going to stop purchasing. I really need to stop purchasing because I have a whole filing cabinet over here. And I'm not stitching the things that I have purchased. And I feel like I'm not, I know it's a collection. It's a separate hobby. Okay, it's a separate hobby. But it's still, if I purchased it, I must have loved it enough to want to stitch it. And I need to do that. So that's about it. I haven't really filled out the rest of this yet. I'm kind of working on it. Keeping lists of things I need to do. Things like I have a stack of fabric that doesn't have measurements or counts on it, what count it is, what the measurements are, and I have that on my list. I have to restock my DMC wall. I did get a lot of DMC from Joann's from a sale, and I picked some up from Hobby Lobby, so I need to do that. I made bowl holders over Christmas for my brother-in-law. I made one for us, but I have 2 more that I need to get stitched. And then I need to sew a bag together for one of my husband's clients. She's been bugging him. They're all mentally and physically disabled people that he works with every day. He delivers them to their appointments and to the hospital and stuff. One of them has asked me to make her a bag, and I've been meaning to do it, and I haven't got it done yet, but she keeps asking about it. I really need to get it done because he told her that I make bags. I'm like, don't tell people that. Because they're project bags. They're not just bags for stuff. They're project bags. But I guess I'm going to make her an actual bag that she can carry her stuff in. So that glue is going to drive me nuts now. So I got to get that done as well. And I'm rambling right now. So if you've already left, and if you're still here, thank you. The person that won the Christmas sled stocking, she did contact me. That has been mailed out to her. So I'm going to have another drawing. I'm not going to do it today, but maybe next week I'll do another drawing for something. Find something that I think is really cool to do a giveaway with, so we'll do that next week. I can't do it every time I video because I just can't afford to pay postage all the time. But we'll see what I can come up with and see if I can remember. I'll write it in my book that next time we're doing a giveaway. Anyway, if you have any questions, you can post them below. I'm glad to answer anything that you ask. Speaking of questions, someone asked me on my last video about white stitches and how do I get my white stitches to lay flat. And I did answer her in there, but I don't think everybody reads every post and stuff and do have an issue with white stitches laying flat. I'm not perfect at it. Mine do really well because I do certain steps. But one of the biggest things, and some other stitcher was talking about it the other day, about how to start your stitches, especially if you're working on even weave or you're working on linen. And she made an excellent point, and she had a diagram. And I wish I could remember who it was, but I'm going to show the diagram. Hold on. And I wish it was Farm Girl Dry Goods. Okay, she's on Instagram. I think that is, that used to be Farm Girl. I can't think of her name right now. Michelle, I think that's her. But she showed this, and I thought it was an excellent picture to represent, hold on, how you're supposed to lay your stitches. Okay, so I'm gonna try to, nope, too much light. Hold on, let me see if I can fix my light. Nope, that ain't gonna work. Hold on, let me see if I can fix my light. That is too bright. One of these days I'll learn how to use my phone, okay? One of these days. One of these days. Come on. Come on. There are days. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to make a point and I'm not getting anywhere with it here. Where's my gallery now? I lost my gallery. Okay. I don't know if that helped or not. We'll find out. Flip it. Flip it. Flip it. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to have to tilt it, I guess. Okay. You always start with a vertical stripe. So you always start with the stripe going across the vertical. Look up on Instagram, Farm Girl Dry Goods, and look up the post where she talks about this. But that's one of the main things. You have to make sure that your stitch is starting on a vertical, not on a horizontal. So it's not starting over here where this is a horizontal thread. It's starting where a vertical thread is. I have done that for many years because if you start on the horizontal, your stitches will not lay as flat. So that's one of the key things in stitching. Start on a vertical thread and always make sure you're on a vertical thread. The second thing is that I put my fingers behind where I'm stitching, and as I'm pulling the thread through, I'm holding it to the fabric and I'm pulling. And for some reason when I do that, it keeps the threads straight as they're going on the linen or the even weave. I really need to do a demonstration, but unfortunately I can never get a camera set up in order to do that right. So I do that. I hold the threads on the back and slide them through my finger as I'm pulling them through. So, and that helps keep them straight. The other thing is not to pull too tight, that your stitches will lay straighter if you don't pull so hard. And the last thing is, if you have a hard time, and sometimes it's just the fabric does not want to cooperate with the thread. And no matter what you do, your stitches aren't going to lay straight. But the other thing is, if you have a hard time with white thread, use pearl cotton instead of using floss. Use a number 5 or a number 12. That's one strand. And use that as your white. And it will, you know, of course it'll always lay straight because it's one strand. And you can use pearl cottons as your thread in white. And it does come in white and it comes in B5200. So you can do that as well. I know I just confused everyone. I'm sorry. But go back and read the post on my last video. I did explain it to her in a little more detail than I can explain right here because my mind is scrambled. I will tell you that we've had, I'm sort of tired today. My brother-in-law was rushed into the emergency room day before yesterday. He was having severe abdominal pain. He ended up in the emergency room and he ended up in emergency surgery throughout the night. And so my husband and I haven't got much sleep because we've been trying to monitor him. He is out, you know, he is recuperating now. He is in a lot of pain. I'm not going to say what it was because it's, you know, I consider that his personal information as far as his medical condition. I can share my own all I want. I'm not going to share his, but it was something extremely serious. If he didn't get it corrected, he would have died. So I'm glad that he got in there and the doctors were able to take care of it, but he's going to have a recovery for at least a few weeks. He's going to be in the hospital for at least a week until they make sure that he's doing well enough to be able to go home and take care of himself. And so I would ask for prayers for Eric to heal quickly and able to recover from this. It'll be appreciated much. So I am a little scrambled today. I apologize. I really needed to get this done. Thursdays are my only day that I have time to stitch or I have time to video. And so I really wanted to get this filmed today. So again, Happy New Year to everybody, wherever you are. I hope you're having a wonderful stitchy day and that you got a lot of stitching done and I haven't confused you or drove you nuts throughout this video. I will try to get my act together for the next one, I promise. I'll see you later. Bye.